Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the next... Hey, who's got my glasses?
Look, I'm Joshua. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello, I'm Joshua Gillespie, and welcome to the new episode of JG Reviews, everyone. As I said in the last episode, I'm going to be looking at a Super Nintendo classic. But this game is also an arcade classic, and that game is Final Fight from Capcom. Now, this game was released back when beat-em-ups were the big thing, but does it still hold up after all these years? Let's find out. Final Fight was released in arcades in 1989. The game was originally shown at trade shows under the title of Street Fighter 89. The title was changed to Final Fight before its official release after feedback from operators stating that the game was nothing like Street Fighter. The story of Final Fight is that because Mike Hagar would not work with the Mad Gear gang to ensure their dominance of the streets, his daughter Jessica gets abducted. When the Mad Gear thug Damned contacts Hagar and informs him of the dire situation, Hagar calls up his daughter's boyfriend Cody and his sparring partner Guy. The three vigilantes then head into the streets of Metro City to bust Mad Gear's skulls. This is the kind of badass storyline that you would only find in a beat-em-up during the late 80s, early 90s. Now the gameplay is your typical side-scrolling beat-em-up. Take out a group of enemies, move forward. Take out another group of enemies, move forward. Keep repeating this process until you get to the level's boss. Now, you have three characters to choose from. You have Guy, Cody, and of course, Hagar. Now, if you play a lot of Capcom fighting games, you may recognize these characters. Both Guy and Cody have been in several Street Fighter games, most recently in Super Street Fighter 4, and Mike Hagar was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, when you look at Mike's moveset, he may appear similar to Street Fighter Zangief. Well, Hagar was the one who originated these sweet moves, like the awesome spinning lariat. Final Fight has 6 levels, going from the slums to take down Damned, all the way to Uptown to face the wheelchair-bound Belger. Something that I feel I need to mention is the differences between the arcade and the Super Nintendo versions. In the Super Nintendo version, co-op was removed, rendering the game a one-player experience. 2 major characters, Guy and Rolento, were taken out, altering almost the entire storyline. The only female characters in the game, Poison and Roxy, were replaced by Billy and Sid.
Wait, what?
In the English localization, Sodom and Damned were renamed Katana and Thrasher. Belger's wheelchair was redrawn to look like he was sitting in an office chair and thus not handicapped. Brett screaming, "Oh my God!" was changed to, "Oh my car!" after he discovers his car has been destroyed, and blood and alcohol was removed entirely. Now, to make up for Guy not being a playable character, Capcom later released Final Fight Guy, which simply replaced Cody with Guy. Oh, Capcom, always releasing slightly altered versions of your game and claiming that they're new. Final Fight looks very good on the Super Nintendo, very close to the arcade, and even with the less powerful hardware, the music is still pretty awesome, including the slums of Metro City, which was one of my personal favorite Super Nintendo tunes. Overall, this is a near perfect transfer from the arcade.
The cheat codes for this game are pretty simple, and one of them you wouldn't even expect to be a cheat. If you want to access the options menu, you have to hold L and R and press start on the starting screen. Here you can adjust the difficulty of the overall game and the difficulty regarding how much damage your opponents deal. You can also change how many points until a 1-up, how many lives you want, and whether you want extra joy or not. which changes your super move to just one button as opposed to pressing two. And of course, you can listen to the music and the sound effects. The other notable cheat is if you hold L and R and press up, up, down, down, left, left, right, right. At the starting screen, you'll access the bonus level. Even though these cheats are pretty simple, they're pretty awesome too.
Final Fight for the Super Nintendo is a great port from the arcade. While it is missing a few things and lacks a co-op mode, it's still a very fun one-player game. Now, Final Fight has been released for nearly every system, including the Amiga, PS2, Sega CD, Xbox, GBA, PSP, the Atari ST, the ZX Spectrum, and even the Commodore 64? Now, the game has also been released on PSN, the Virtual Console, iOS, and Xbox Live Arcade. The XBLA and PSN versions include Magic Sword and are fairly cheap. You can also find this game on most Capcom collections, so if you want to ever play Final Fight, whether it be at home or on the road, there's a good chance you'll be able to. Final Fight was just one of the big beat-em-up franchises made during the 16-bit era. And next time, we'll be looking at the first game in what is considered Sega's classic beat-em-up series. So stay tuned. I'm Joshua Gillespie, and thank you for watching.